My significant other yelled at me 5-month follow-up. 5 months ago, I posted about my significant other yelling at me and how distraught I was. I was so lost and confused. Since then, he yelled at me once more but face to face. We were sitting on the couch together and he made a purchase via phone of $1,300 for a couch edit for his home theater project, which he'd been saving for, without talking to me about it. Edit. The reason I was upset was because he bought it when I was going through a rough time financially and had $5 in my account. I felt like we weren't a team. I expressed this concern and he snapped. I left the house and walked down the road alone, crying hysterically. When I returned home, 30 minutes later, he sat in silence as I cried and poured my heart out. I was ready to leave for good. I couldn't take his anger edit outbursts anymore. After a few moments, he began to speak. He agreed that he had severe anger issues and needed honest help. He said that he would call our therapist the next day, since this was late evening, and asked me not to leave. He vowed to do whatever it took to make our relationship work. I went to bed alone and he slept in the guest room until time for him to go back out offshore to work. My significant other sought help edit therapy as he promised. He is now taking beta blockers and antidepressants edit as suggested by a licensed therapist. Our relationship has taken the biggest, most positive turn. Edit. Not only because of the beta blockers but because he's working towards a healthy place for himself mentally. We have not had an anger-filled disagreement since. He is almost a different man, for the better. We now work as a team as I wanted from the beginning. We've edit. I work too, paid off all of my debt, are almost done paying off his, and have a trip paid for edit. I contributed to Lake Tahoe for our 3rd anniversary. I feel now, more than ever, my significant other is finally in a good headspace after a tumultuous marriage damaged him deeply. He's the funny, lovable, and romantic man that he once was. We are happy. I am happy. Post-edit. Some of you have gone into my post history and have formed some inaccurate narratives about our relationship. To clarify, yes, my significant other makes 6 figures. That being said, the common courtesy to ask if your partner in life is okay money-wise before making a large purchase in her time of need, I was in between jobs, is not unfathomable. He makes quadruple what I make, so buying a couch was not the issue. He's spent $40,000 now on his home theater without a word from me. He deserves his man cave. Let me be very clear. The issue was the lack of communication. Yelling at your significant is not acceptable. I gave him no ultimatum nor did I beg, and I do work now and have since April. I'm so happy for you both. I love that you both were able to work through the problem, and he was able to get the help he needed. This is why I always give people the benefit of the doubt in this subreddit. I bet so many people said he was abusive and encouraged you to leave him. Look what a little effort did. That's great. After looking at your post history, something is amiss here. It's not adding up and it appears that you lie a lot. Troll. Please read this free book. It will help you gain understanding of what occurred and also help you establish toxic behaviors if they do pop up again. Free online here. I'm so glad that he's made such an incredible effort and changed. I hope for both your sakes that this is a new beginning of a healthy, loving, respectful partnership that will last forever. I'll be honest, that title threw me off. I am glad there was a bigger problem in the body. But yo, good on you, Abid, good in your husband for recognizing his problems and seeking help. I'm so happy he realized it early enough to actually do something about his issues. Hope everything works out. His willingness to seek help just tells you how much he loves you. Happy for both of you that everything worked out. Spending $1,400 on a piece of furniture isn't a big deal for someone making 6 figures. Especially considering it's his money that he worked for. Also, from your post history, it sounds like he had been working on building the theater room for a while, so it's not really a random meaningless purchase. It honestly sounds sad that you've got him on drugs and paying off all your bills to keep you around. Is it really hurting you if he does something that makes him happy? Do you yourself want to be subjected to the same level of financial scrutiny? I can't imagine having to leave my home and travel offshore to work for money that I inevitably can't spend without getting read the riot act. I'm happy for you, happy that he also realized he was at fault and willing to get help. I know a lot of guy who'd never do that and instead accuse the other person of being the issue. Read this person's post history. Her significant other makes 6 figures and she keeps quitting jobs while he provides for her. She's been yelled at before for giving away his money to his daughter without consulting him, but she got mad that he bought a couch with his own money without asking her. When she says, "We've paid off her debt," she means her boyfriend because she doesn't work. Somehow she's gaslighted him into taking medication for being rightly angry at a mooching lazy partner. This makes me feel really happy. Just wanted to say that because we need happy, wholesome content too. Does he work? If so, why is it an issue that he bought something? He earns money too and surely he can spend it how he likes? Just my opinion here. Me and my boyfriend spend our money on whatever we want. As long as we still cover food and bills we don't see the issue. I know every relationship is different though. I'd be excited about a new sofa. This is such a better ending than most of the posts on here. Heart, I'm so glad for the both of you. I'm happy for both of you. Glad things are looking up. Whoa, be careful with those beta blockers. My experience is they make things a lot worse the second you stop taking them. It's good to read a good ending, although your story continues. Keep doing whatever it takes to keep the fun and the love in your relationship. Maybe your story will encourage someone else who's going through something similar. My God, I love when the updates are good. Congrats. I hope it lasts. Serious question. Why did you abbreviate significant other if you were gonna spell it out anyway? Oh wow, this was so wholesome and I'm so glad. I always see such negative stories and to see that you had a turn around in your marriage is great. I'm happy for both of you. I am so happy for you. This was so lovely, my God. I'm so happy for you. Keep living life to its fullest. Such a wholesome update. I'm glad things are going well for you both. I didn't know beta blockers helped with anger. It's not over though, it still takes work to maintain, and reinforcing proper emotional control is an ongoing thing. Make good habits permanent, not band-aids. LMAO, and then his antidepressants give him erectile dysfunction. There's another Reddit post. So nice to see a wholesome update. Glad he recognized and is working to the root of his anger. It can be hard for sure. You deserve kudos too for not letting the ugly side outshine who he truly is. All relationships require work. You just have to find the one who's willing to work it with you. Best of luck to you both. Bless you and your love for your partner. I hardly know how mine puts up with my anger outbursts. Wish you the very best. This is great. It is proof that if you want something enough, you can change in life. It gives me hope. Glad to hear about the improvements. But, the medication is just a band-aid. His anger problems were due to a lack of medication. They are much deeper than that. The pills are just covering up for the issues he still has. So, he will still need to deal with those issues at some point. Once he goes off the meds, my guess is that it'll all come back. I hope he's worked on his impulse control issues also. Glad this has started to turn around. To help others in hindsight, what proved to you that he was serious about changing? Dang, I wish you had left him. Never tolerate or make excusey for abuse. He bought a couch with his own money and you got so mad you cried? You're not married, so there is no reason his finances should have weight on your emotions. This makes no sense. Also, if he makes 6 figures, how would $1,300 put him out? If you still needed $200 for groceries, I'd imagine if you communicated that to him, he could hand you his credit card after he's done checking out with the couch online. Once again, this makes no sense. Neither reaction makes sense. No reason to cry and cause some huge ordeal of communication over his own money. I believe actions speak louder than words. Consider investing in a cheap or used bullhorn and keep it. Changed or not is immaterial since there's no guarantee it will not happen again. The next time he yells at you, use it either through yelling back or start speaking through it. Should he grouse, tell him that's how it feels like to be yelled at. Perhaps it's graphic, but it will certainly send a clarion message across. Good luck. Girl, he locked you out. But okay. Thank you for posting this. You're lucky. And this is rare. I needed to see this. Thank you. How's the new couch? I'm so happy about the work he's doing on himself, but does anyone still think it's weird to order a couch without asking your girlfriend? Not sure if that has anything to do with anger issues. As a teenager with anger issues, this really gives me hope. Thank you. I have so much self-hatred and I see a therapist, but I'm embarrassed to tell her how mean I am to my mom. This gives me hope that my life won't be marred with anger forever. The one thing I'm scared about is I feel like women tend to be willing to work with guys more often than vice versa. Since I'm female, I'm a bit worried about finding a guy willing to put up with me. It shows that he cares for you and does not want to lose you, and that is why he is doing everything to save this relationship. This is good and you should appreciate his efforts to make this relationship stronger. The great thing is that now you feel that you guys are a team and you are happy with him. I don't know your budget, but I highly recommend saving up for at least one fancy dinner in Tahoe. There are so many options. Edgewood, Lone Eagle Grill, with beautiful views of the lake. Glad things have turned around for you too. I hope so. I have no faith that people ever change. You got yelled at? Lol, grow up.